Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. Another episode of Caffeine and Green with your man, Connor Cardenas. And per usual, before we get into it, I just want to make sure you guys are heading on over to www.caffeineandgreenroasting.com today to make sure that you are getting all your coffee needs. That's right. You can head on over to the website today and you can pick up any one of the coffees that I'm about to mention, which of course I'm talking about the Issa blend, which is dark, chocolatey, and bold. We have the Morning Sesh, which is a single origin Colombia coffee that's a little bit more citrus forward, and like a really nice medium roast. And then we also have the brand new Notorious, which is a single origin Costa Rica coffee that is very fruity and very complex and just an amazing coffee. So you guys can head on over to caffeineandgreenroasting.com today for any of those coffees. And you can also pick up some merch while you're there, maybe a coffee mug, whatever you need. Caffeine and Green Roasting. Also, if you guys haven't yet, head on over to Steel Mill Coffee up in Oceanside, California. That's right, I'm roasting the coffee up there. So if you guys are ever coming down the 5 or heading up north, going south, whatever, head on over, get off at Mission Ave, go over to 605 Mission Ave, and that's where you're going to find all my homies, Anna, Giles, Joel, Shay, Riley, myself. And, you know, I know everybody would be super stoked to see you and just come in, have a cup of coffee, hang out for a while, listen to some great music, and see some awesome people. Steel Mill, get there today. All right. My guest today is a newcomer. Her name is Jackie Medvetz. She's an old friend of mine. She is a coffee enthusiast. She just did an amazing origin trip down in Colombia and trained down there. And I wanted her to come on, talk about it, talk about her aspirations and just all the amazing things that she wants to do and the things that she's already done. So enjoy this podcast, guys. So without further ado, my homegirl, Jackie Medvetz. This your time to shine, girl. Let's go. Caffeine and green. It's your boy Connor. What's good? Good. Caffeine and green. We're live. Jackie Medvetz.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast, miss.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Oh, hold on. All right. Cheers.
Salud.
Dude. Oh, fuck it.
Oh, hey.
Dude, you just got back to San Diego. How long ago?
A week ago.
A week ago now.
A week ago.
But you have been all over the place last couple of years. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Been homies for quite some time. But yeah, you've just until recently. When did you leave San Diego?
In May.
Of when?
Of this year.
Wait,
so
what?
Yeah, so it's been like 7 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I was chilling in San Diego and then got a little travel bug in me. Mm-hmm. Everything lined up. Boom, hit Mexico and South America for 7 months.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Before we get a little too far, that's basically why I wanted to talk about like having you on the show initially, was because now you, in those travels, you actually went to South America and basically to like a coffee training, like a barista training, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Was it SCA?
It was a month-long barista training course. It was with Medellin Barista School. So it was in Medellin, Colombia.
Damn.
Yeah.
How did you even find that?
It literally just Google.
Really?
Google. Yeah. I was like, I want to learn coffee. What better place to do it than Colombia?
Damn.
Yeah.
So that was part of your trip during that 7 months. So you're like, yo, I'm going to go do this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was. I visited Colombia in April and fell in love, and then went on a coffee tour then, and then I was like, I'm gonna go back to Colombia. I love this place, and I was like, yeah, what better place than Colombia to learn coffee?
Damn. Okay, so you go there, you fall in love with the place. How long were you there your first time?
First time I was there for 2 weeks, and it was crazy because they were on what they call toque de queda. So it was COVID, and everything was shut down. So I didn't even get like the feel of real Colombia.
But you were still so moved.
Yes. Yeah, I loved it. I was able to go on a coffee tour though, even though they were closed down. Had the hook up with the tour guide, super cool. And that's when I really fell in love with the whole process of coffee. Like, got to go on the farm, pick the coffee beans, like see the whole process. It was super local. The dude's grandson was right there. He's like teaching them how to roast the coffee. He's like 7 years old or something. Super, super moving.
So did you get to see the entire processing process?
Yeah.
If you will?
Yeah.
Was it washed? Was it semi-natural or like pulp natural, I should say? Like, was it natural? Do you remember?
Oof, you're getting into roasting terms here.
Sorry,
big roasting guy over here.
No, I mean like the okay, so you got to see the trees, and did you pick the cherries off the trees?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That one was wild because like we had these buckets, and they were like, all right, like we do X amount of buckets in a day. Like, let's see how many you can do in like the next 5 minutes. And I'm freaking like picking these coffee beans like it's my job. Like and I'm super competitive, so I'm like, I gotta, like, I was against my two friends, so I'm like, I need to fill this cup up here, and like the bottom wasn't even covered. Like, it was so, yeah. I'm like, damn, like the respect, that was the big thing. Like, it was super humbling, and like the respect that I had for these people that are like starting from the absolute beginning part of the process.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That, I mean, because they call that origin or whatever, like, in coffee or whatever. When you're at the actual farm, when you get to see the entire process from picking it off, and then I'm assuming at this farm they had the processing process. Dude, I can't think of anything better to say.
They had the processing process.
Yeah, they had everything the way that they were, either pulp natural or washing them, or if there's decaf that they're like stripping the beans. So there was probably an area where there was maybe some dryers, or maybe there was raised beds, if you will.
Yeah. They had, like, it was literally every single step of the way from start to finish, all the way to roasting it and grinding it there as well. I mean, from like pulling it off the trees.
Yeah, that's dope. And so you went to this farm. It's a farm. Was it a farm or?
Yeah, it was a farm.
It was a farm.
It was a farm. That was in April. Yeah.
Oh, that was in April.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when I really was like, oh, I love this so much.
Damn.
That's when I fell in love. Yeah.
So, is it before you left Colombia the first time that you researched the barista school and then like decided to go back later?
Well, it was a wild story. Like, I visited Colombia in April for my birthday. Like, we went on that farm. It was super dope. And then my lease was up in San Diego, and I was like, I've always wanted to travel Latin America. I was like drinking some beers with my roommate, and we're like, bro, we should just go to Mexico. And so, like, dead ass one night we went on Airbnb, we booked a month in Mexico. And we had no plan.
You could just leave work for a month?
No. I worked remote.
Oh, I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, like, thankfully, I already had the ticket, and I emailed my boss. Hope she's not listening. But I emailed my boss, and I was like, is it cool if I just like work remote in Mexico for like a month? Turned into 7 months, few other countries. Like, it was wild. But that was the original plan. Then Colombia came into the mix. And then we were like, hey, while we're in Colombia, we should go to barista school. Like, I would absolutely love to open my own shop one day. Okay.
Yes. Okay. We'll get into that. So you have come back to San Diego now.
Yes.
And you want, you have aspirations of opening up a coffee shop. But, before the podcast, we were talking about this. I was like, dude, if you need help, just let me know, because I know it it is so gnarly to do this. But, things we can discuss later. But, like, you have an opportunity to actually have a shop here and do these things. So, in the time since coming back, have you already, like, where do you stand now? Do you still have that same fire? Do you want to move forward, or you have like aspirations of doing this legit?
Yeah, that's like the big thing. Cause I mean, especially for me and my personality, like, I get gung ho on something, which I think a lot of people have this same, problem, but you get super
problem.
You get super gung ho on something, and then, like, I don't know, maybe like max 6 months later, I'm just like, is that really what I want to do? And I start to talk myself out of it, and like try to find a way out of it as to why it's not good, as to why my 9 to 5 that I've been working for 6 years is something better, you know? Like, so I've definitely come across that challenge, but every day it's literally like, no, this is what you got to do. This is what you're here for. Like, this is your opportunity. You need to go forward with it. It's literally talking myself into it again every single day. And not because I don't want to do it, but just because naturally you have those reservations. Like, is this for me? Am I going to succeed? You know?
Well, you're also essentially going at a crossroads, right? Because I mean, if you're really going to do it, you have to do it 100 full, like, you know, jump in the deep end with no life jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm about too.
I mean, yeah, dude. When I first met you, like a long time ago, I didn't really understand what you did, but you were always traveling. It was like you were in Chicago and then you were here, like you were there, and I was like, you know, where's Jackie? And it'd be like, oh, she's traveling, she's doing this, she's doing that. And then I was like, what? But you've always been a hustler.
Yeah.
You're always like doing the next thing. Like, what exactly do you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. Low key, like everybody, like especially people from high school, they're like, yo, what do you do? Like people will be like, do you have an OnlyFans? Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm not kidding. And like, so, I mean, but yeah, no, I have always been a hustler since I was 14. I've had 2 jobs. Like, I'm about it. And that's what I think, like, the biggest.
I'm about it. Yo, the way you said that right there, what is that? Yo, I'm about it. Yo, catch me outside. You feel me? I'm about it. Stop playing. Who you talking to over here?
I'm done. I'm done. Take the mic.
Dude. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No. But what was I saying?
No. I don't know. Just all I heard is I'm about it. Like, yo, what? Yo.
Oh, okay.
Like, girl.
So what I do for work.
Yes.
So I do sales and marketing for a performing arts school for kids. So I'm able to work remote. Yeah, but it's crazy. I've been doing that since I was like 14. I've been involved with them. And when I was 17, I became a supervisor. I literally traveled all over the United States. So like that was a base for me where it's like I'm in high school. I'm like making these sacrifices as it is. Like I'm freaking in Chicago on the weekend when like people are in high school and they're like chilling on the weekend. So like I think that's helped me a lot along the way where you make those sacrifices. You do what you have to do when other people are having fun. Like you put in that work.
Yep. I mean, that's for real. Anytime you're gonna, you know, you don't get successful without making sacrifices. And, you know, there's gonna be times where you're like, damn, I wish I could have gone to that party or like done this event or done this, whatever. But it's like if you're out here grinding, that's what it is. Is that the same job you're doing right now?
Mm-hmm. For 6 years, I've been in this position doing sales and marketing. Yeah. So I just work remote and yeah. Damn. So it's a dope job. It's got me to where I am. I was able to travel Latin America and work remote, thank God. But it's time to move on. When you're uninspired, you're uninspired, you know?
Have you thought about, you know, making what they would consider in corporate America like a lateral move, you know, to something that would be equivalent, something fresh, something new, or do you really you want to be that gung-ho attitude that you talk about and you want to open up your own business and be like, no, I'm all in?
I mean, that's the thing. That's what's so crazy. So I've had this salary job for the past 6 years. So in that time though, I was a wedding coordinator for some time. I got my personal training license and started teaching boxing, was a personal trainer.
Damn, I forgot about that too.
I got my real estate license, real estate in Cali. Yeah, I got my Cali real estate license. So I've been looking for that something for so long. And like,
but you're looking for it in coffee? Like, yo, my G, that's just like not the thing.
Well,
like,
no, but here's the thing is that like, I was like, what's something I'm not going to get tired of? Because that's my problem. I get tired of things so easy with everything in my life. Like I'm about it and then I'm over it.
But okay, real quick, right there on that point right there, as somebody who does multiple things to do what I'm doing right now, it's all about balance. It's not about finding like, oh, this is the thing that's going to like take me and just like, it's going to be the one size fits all, because it's like once you think that, I feel like that's like you're setting yourself up for a downfall. Almost.
Yeah, like a disappointment.
But disappointment, thank you. Yes,
yeah.
Like a better word to describe it is. And I say this because I'm doing Steel Mill, I'm doing Caffeine and Green. I'll do epic fighting. So like I do epic fightings like social media, but then I also do all their event, do their events like erecting the cage and doing these things. But then also at the same time, I do editing and videography and like filming other things for like weddings and proposals and doing all these things. You're stacking everything up. Like you just make sure all of it's feeding into the other, and you're all like, they're all simultaneously working, because without it, you know, it just makes life boring. I feel like somebody like, you're definitely like, yo, I need to do, I need to do, I need to do, I need to do.
Yeah.
But because you're so versatile, you feel like you're looking for something that's like singular. But why don't you look at it like maybe in the sense like you can do so many multiple things at once and do them all. Just do them all at the same time.
That's an interesting take on it, for real. And like you just saying that is like, okay, that's what keeps kind of going. That's what keeps him like, okay, like never getting bored of something. But what I've found is when I do that, I don't do anything to the fullest extent. Like even when work has me in 2 different departments, I'm like, yo, I can't, like, I'm like a 1-track mind. Like I need to be focused on one thing
at a time
and put my whole heart into that one thing.
Okay. But what about when your heart, so like, okay, then, so you're putting your whole heart into everything, but then when you've given your whole heart and like, it's not, you know, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. Then it's like, are you done with it? Or are you just like,
I mean, then I sell it for millions. No. No.
You're a businesswoman, so it makes sense.
So,
it's okay.
So here's the thing. Like, I was always like looking for that thing. And what you were saying, like, you feel like that sets you up for disappointment. Like, the thing is, I'm not looking for it for coffee. Like, I love coffee. I do. I respect the process. I respect the entire industry. But what I love is people, and I love business. And so I'm like, okay, what is something that interests me that I'm not going to get bored of, hopefully.
Yeah.
But also incorporates business and people. And I've thought about it in different aspects of like, you know, who I'm going to be working with and all different aspects of what the schedule's like. Weekends are non-existent, I'm sure. And so I'm like, you know, all of those things add up, and I feel like I would be willing to make that sacrifice. But at the core of it, it's the business side of things. It's the people, like being that the first part of someone's day. Like that's what really got me.
That's dope. I can totally relate to the first part of somebody's day. I would definitely like to add on that, though. I think the freedom of being able to like work whenever, because you said weekends are non-existent, right? You're completely right. But you also have the freedom to say like, you know what? No, I'm gonna chill today, or I'm gonna go do this. And like, yo, my homies are like, yo, I know you working all the time, but like, yo, 3 weeks from now, a couple months from now, put this weekend in, and then you're just like, yo, I'm shutting everything off. Fuck it. No, I'm going out with the homies. But excuse me. Ooh. Sorry.
It's that beers. Padres beer.
It is. But I will say that passion that you talk about, being a part of somebody's like morning first thing, there's something about the morning time, like for me personally, especially like working in a coffee shop, that I would have my homeboy Josh or like my other homeboy Manny sometimes, like you're just opening up the shop and you're not really up, but you're like, you're going through the motions, you're opening up, you're pulling shots, you're fucking doing all this, whatever. And then you have your homies there and you're just like talking shit. Yeah. And you're just like kind of roasting each other. Like there's that super early morning wittiness where you're not holding back and you're like just firing and you're just cracking your homies up. Like,
Dude, I see your stories.
Dude, and you're just cracking the homies up and then like, but you're like pulling shots and like drinking coffee with them. It's like, dude, it's a bar for the morning.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a way you wake up with your homies when you're not really there, but you're kind of there and you're just like, but I like roasting people super early in the morning.
They're not ready.
They're not
That's
ready.
why you get them. Yeah. You get them when they're not ready. I got you.
Then they're like, they fucking start cracking up hella hard. Yo, that's like, no cap. Like, that's what I love about coffee. My first thing, like Josh, my shout out my homie Josh.
I gotta meet this Josh guy.
Dude, me and him would roast each other. Like part of my like favorite thing to do in the morning, it's like I'd be roasting and then he'd be opening up the bar. But we were in such close proximity of each other that when we're like roasting each other, we wouldn't have to say it loud. We'd just kind of like whisper it real quick. And then I would just see him like, I would say something, he'd like keel over, like holding his belly, like holding onto the espresso machine, dying laughing. And it's like,
oh my God.
Like some mornings I would have tears rolling down my eyes. This fool would crack me up so hard. And it's like, that's the shit, like long-winded answer. But like that shit right there is what I'm talking about. Like, dude, I know that vibe, like that. There's just something about the morning time when you just like seeing people. You're like, "What's poppin'? How you doing, Linda? All right,
Linda.
Kim, how you doing today, Kim? All right, I see you.
I see you shining today, Kim.
Yo, what's Abby? Yo, Abby, what's poppin', girl? Your hair looking good today, dude. I be throwing out compliments to girls all the time, just no cap.
Oh
like,
my god.
yo, did you do something with your hair?
No, they didn't do anything with their hair. You know damn well they didn't do anything with their hair.
I won't say it unless they actually do it. I swear.
Okay.
I swear, I'd be like, I was like, Abby, you curled your hair today. She's like, oh, thanks.
No. All right, now I'm definitely going into coffee.
Dude, straight up, just like always throwing out the like. But like, I only spit facts.
My
Everybody who's
God.
listening to this, if you're listening to it, it's all facts. I don't
Abby,
bullshit.
your hair really looked good when it was curled that day.
Your hair really did look good that day. I'm just saying. Yeah. Dude, I would be riding BART when I was back in the Bay Area, and there was like this. I'll never forget. There was this blonde girl. She was like this black girl who was sitting in front of me, a couple seats. Yo, she came in. She had these Jordans on. Fire. They were like, I don't even know, Jordan 3s or some shit. And they were just looking so crispy. And then she sits down, and I was just looking at her shoes. But then I looked up at the back of her head. Because that's what I seen. And then it was blonde shaved down, but then a blonde mohawk. And it was like all frizzy, like natural. And she looked so fly. Had the sickest blonde mohawk and these sick ass Jordans. And I just ran up like, as I got off on the BART, I tapped on the shoulder. I was like, yo, I just have to tell you real quick. Your shoes and your hair, fire. Like, yo, so good. You look amazing. And I just got off, and she was like, thank you. And I was just like, yo.
And you don't get that in the Bay Area, really, like that. Like,
no, you do. I had to tell her how fresh she looked. It wasn't on some like, yo, I'm like trying to get at you.
No.
No, I see the stee, and I wanted to let you know that I appreciate the stee. Like, yo, you looking fire right now,
dude.
Like,
And I love when people are like that too. Like, I don't think there's enough people like that. Like, when someone's looking good, like, I'm hella voicing that shit. I'm like,
dude,
yo, you look fire as. I don't care who you are, what you're doing. Like,
yo, people need to hear that. They need that, like, that positive reinforcement and shit. Cause like, you know, like you say some shit like, or people say, you know, especially with like mental awareness and stuff like that right now, right? You know, it's like people always like check on your friends and like, you know, appreciate your friends, tell your friends you love them and shit. I think that's completely right up there with that. You know, you need to tell somebody, like, if they're looking good that day, like maybe they got a crispy shirt on or like
1,000.
You know what I'm saying? You got to like tell them, be like, yo, you look fresh today. Just want to let you know. Like, do you know that? And it's like,
yeah,
you know, like, they're like,
yeah,
you know, guy or girl, they're just like hyped, like, oh, son, you know, you feel me, like,
yeah. It doesn't even matter. And like, and that's the thing. And for me, that's like one of the reasons that I'll legit go to a coffee shop. Like, I work from home. I work remote by myself all day, super extroverted. I need people. Like, I go there for those relationships. Like, especially if someone's like super nice, super dope, like, hell yeah. Like, I'm going to be like, what's up? I'm about to go to that place just for that person.
But what are you going to do? Okay. This is where I'm going to ask you the hard questions right now. This is Caffeine and Green exclusive right here.
Let me take a sip of this.
This is, you know, reporting live with Connor Cardenas, asking the hard questions. Okay,
all right.
Here we go. So, you know, you have a coffee shop. Are you going to roast?
No.
Okay, so you're going to be a cafe.
Yes.
Okay, so because in San Diego specifically, you're going to need at least some sort of food item. Like, you're a cafe, right? But yeah, eventually, especially in 7 Seas, I mean, not Jesus Christ, like a Freudian slip right there. You fucking you go to a cafe and you're gonna do like avocado toast, or you're gonna do empanadas. You know, you pick a fucking food item. These coffee shops around the San Diego area are serving them. Excuse me. Donuts, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
These are things you're gonna have to worry about. Croissants, like scones, things like that. Are you going to be more than that? Like a little pickup spot? Or are you going to do a full-fledged cafe where you're going to make like artisan bread with like these amazing things and do it for your own?
No, so it would complement, it would basically, the food aspect would just be because obviously that's a requirement. That's going to build your sales. That's going to draw people to you longer. So it's just specifically.
Customer retention.
Yeah, specifically for that aspect. Otherwise, you know, I wouldn't do it, but
okay.
Yeah.
So no roasting. So so one thing I'm just going to, you know, this is what I ask other people who have done it. It's like, if you're not going to roast, have you know, talking about a business plan before the podcast, are you going to be doing, you know, basically per month for a year, how much coffee do you think you're going to go through? because you're gonna have to buy it wholesale.
Yeah.
And you're buying wholesale prices, it's obviously marked up, right?
Yeah.
But it also depends on who you're gonna go with and how much you're gonna be buying per month. Are you gonna resell their coffee in your shop? Are you gonna do these things? These are the things like, as a cafe with no roastery, this is the thing you got to think about is like how you're gonna like.
Yeah.
You know what
Get
I mean?
that one up. Yeah.
That shit, that's gonna eat up your costs as well if you think about it. Like, say you end up spending $500 to $600 a month in roasting, and like the coffee that you're buying wholesale, maybe 30 pounds, 40 pounds, and then you're also looking at like 3/4 ounce or 3/4 pound bags. 3/4 pound bags, and then you're selling whole bean coffee. Okay, so then you have to think about all those things and what you're getting for maybe like a fixed price. So you have your fixed costs right there, and I know you know the fixed costs, right? What you're going to be paying. So then that's going to eat into your profits, like as a big portion, because it's like you're a coffee shop first, right? But then it's like, you have Colombian experience. Are you going to get Colombian coffees? Are you going to do this? Or like,
that's the thing.
There's so many things you have to think about.
Yeah, I want to source from Colombia for sure, because that's just the roots of it all. Like that speaks to everything that I experienced. And our professor at the Medellin Barista School, like he has great connects there, so that's super cool. But it's something to think about, because it's like, okay, if you're going for tourists or something, do they really care if it's sourced from Colombia? Is that extra expense?
No, they care about if the coffee's good. But if they see you too, you're fucking like just Mrs. Aloha. You're fucking you're there. You're just like,
Mrs.
Hey,
Florida Aloha.
Dude, you're just like, hey, what's poppin'? How you doing? Like, you could sell salt to a slug, you know what I'm saying? Like your coffee might not be even that good, but you'd be like, yo, what's poppin'? This coffee's amazing. Try the latte. It's amazing. And they're like, you know what? It's actually pretty good.
Low key, that's the other, like, especially with tourists. Honestly though, like this is a whole nother thing I want to talk about too, but like people don't know what good coffee is. You can, they can think that they know what good coffee is. People don't know what good coffee is. And that was a big thing when I was down in Medellin, Colombia. Like, one of my homework assignments was to go try all these places, and you'd be so surprised how many sell shitty ass coffee. Like, I'm talking, dude, like,
not even surprised. You're talking to me, son. Come on now,
dude. But
quit
Colombia,
playing with me right now, Jackie.
Colombia.
No, like I believe it down there too. Just because you're growing at region, or I mean, like you're living at origin, doesn't mean that like you know what the fuck you're doing. It just means you're like, oh, people are gonna buy it regardless. Because regardless, people are gonna buy shitty coffee.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. Dude, some people don't even actually know what coffee tastes like.
Dude.
They don't even know an espresso or like a fucking Americano or like whatever. They don't actually know. They're just like, yo, let me pour that sugar in there. Let me pour that milk in there. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
They're hazelnut fucking coffee mate.
Wild.
And I'm not hating on that because I still do it. Like, I'll still drink it. It's fire. Like, yo, straight up. Like, I'm sitting here with my roommate, and he'll just be like, yo, you want some coffee, mate? I'm like, what flavor is it? He's like, hazelnut. I'm like, oh, let me get some. I'm like, let me get some of that. I was like, yo, it actually tastes pretty fucking good.
Dude, actually, on that note, not gonna lie, I tried mochas for the first time when I was down in Colombia, and I was ashamed that I was even trying a mocha, because I felt I just for me, I was like, I don't like when it's all sugary and all that stuff. Mochas slap. Like,
mochas slap tough.
They do.
Dude, I really like mochas. I like white mochas specifically.
Oh, I haven't had that. Yeah, I haven't had the white mocha.
Dude, my homegirl, Siri Simmerin, she roasts for Lofty up at, for all of the Lofties. But at the Encinitas Roasting Works location, they have this like spicy mocha or something like that. It's super fire.
Yeah.
It's one of the best drinks that I've had like up there for sure.
See, that's the thing. I don't know. I can't get with the like sugary, and that's another thing is like, it doesn't matter what I like, it's what do people buy. Like, people buy lavender and rose. Like,
no, you know what it is though? It's like wine, right? Think about it in this way. It's like, so wine, you can only drink wine essentially one way. Right? It's natural. It's like processed, whatever. Like, you're only drinking it, and there's no like, I'm going to add some milk to this. You know, it is what it is. Wine is wine. That's what you're drinking. It is the way it is, just like beer. Coffee, though, you're able to manipulate coffee. You're able to manipulate coffee very well. If you want like the purist, you can do the espresso. You can do these like black coffee drinks, and you're all right. Drip, etc. Whatever. But then you can mix it up with like something simple, like a cortado or a macchiato. But then you get into like cappuccinos, and then you get into lattes. And then once you get into lattes, or any of them for that matter, you can add like simple syrups. You can add a vanilla simple syrup. You can add like a pumpkin puree. You can add these things, and that like basically become desserts for the morning. Like it's a simple way. It's like a sweet treat to get you ready for the morning. You know what I'm saying? You're caffeinated. You're drinking this fucking vanilla latte, or you're drinking a pumpkin spice latte, whatever. You get jazzed up, but it's like those are the things that you're able to appreciate about the whole process. I feel like, because like I'm definitely a coffee purist. But as I was so hardcore as a purist my first couple years, now being in multiple different cafes and seeing how people do it, and like these lavender rose like lattes and like this and that, and like everybody's putting their own spin on it, and everybody's doing their own thing, just like pizza or something, right? But it's is it too syrupy? Is it too sugary? Is it like there's this delicate dance between
like
ingredients.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that. And that's what I've started to learn and kind of appreciate more. Like we have like this salted caramel drink that's going to be coming out for holiday for Steel Mill right now. Normally I'm against that type of shit and I don't drink it on my own, but like I love getting to do the process of like creating the drink, doing the sample tastings, doing like this is the first version, this is the second version, this is too sweet, this is not enough. What do you think about it? Drink it with the oat milk, drink with the almond milk, drink it with the whole milk. Like your product testing, product development. And it's just like, oh, it's so exciting. You know what I mean? Like that shit is so dope. And so that's why like people are like, oh, like I only drink espresso. It's like, well, you're missing out. Like,
Well, you don't know about the lavender rose spiced
you know
mocha.
what? With a little bit of rosemary in that bitch. Yeah, fire. You know what I'm saying?
That's a San Diego special. All
Dude.
of it.
And I'm totally kidding about the last drink. But I'm just saying, it's like, yo, there's so much to coffee that it's like,
yeah,
dude, it's the best.
And I guess that's where I'm at. Like I have a lot of thinking to do and like just really diving into the industry even more and just like getting my feet wet with it, because right now I'm struggling with that for sure, where it's like, no, like I'm in like that purist mentality, but it's like, I mean, for me, like I said, the business side is first and you got to think of what sells. And if people want a lavender latte, then that's what you have to do. But then you also have to preserve that like the coffee industry, and you know,
and you totally can, like it's totally doable. You can be, that's why I'm asking, the first question I'm asking is like, are you going to roast? The first way and the easiest way to stay true to coffee while still appealing to the masses is definitely roasting. Like roast your own coffee. That way people who like you open up to every spectrum, right? You're not aimed solely at specialty coffee and X-naying all the fucking people who want to try your coffee, but they're like, oh, they're third wave, or like, or hey, they don't do this. No, whatever. Appeal to everybody.
yeah,
Have this spectacular and like superb espresso. That way people who want their purist and they can come in, they can drink their Americanos, they can do these things. But then you have, you know, Tom and Jane who walk in and they're like, oh, sweetie, I really just want like a fucking honey cinnamon latte. Like, oh my God. And but like the best part about that is what, like, you can give them their Oatly fucking hot honey cinnamon latte with extra honey, and they're going to sip it and they can still taste the difference in the coffee. They're like, yo, this is fucking fire. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I mean,
like as long as you know how to make a solid espresso and hit the milk right, like you're good from there on out. At least for,
in theory.
I feel like what I want to do, as long as I can like get that standard for myself, my employees, whatever it might be, and then just give like an excellent service and an excellent environment. Like even, I mean, I wouldn't give shit coffee, but even if you give shit coffee and you have such good service and you have a good environment, like people gravitate to that.
I mean, they do, but what's going to set you apart? And like, what are you thinking that you want to do that's going to, I guess, yeah, again, set you apart from the whole San Diego crowd? Because I mean, San Diego right now is, I think, like I've said it before on the podcast, like is very much bubbling for as far as a coffee,
Yeah.
a coffee city. If we haven't broken through right now, because there's like just there's so many people and so many companies are starting to expand now.
Yeah.
Here that are like public squares opening up a space. Excuse me. A couple other locations are opening up multiple locations now throughout the city, and it's like, yo, Starbucks isn't a worry. It's like you have everything at Bird Rock. You have all of these companies who are opening up multiple spaces.
Yeah, like, and also the coffee industry. Like, I've been looking into that. The coffee industry is expected to spike. Like, now is in theory, like when you're looking at that, a good time to get into it. Like, people are gonna, especially our generation, like, I mean, it might be hard for us to save, but like, we'll hella spend $5 on coffee every morning. Like,
that's true. But at the same time, like the spike, I would say is like I don't know enough information on this, so take it for what it is from my own opinion. But like, I would definitely say I respectfully disagree only on that because it's like, dude, coffee even a year ago was like for Brazil, it would be like 187 a pound. Right now, it's upwards almost to $3. It's like the C market, which is the coffee market. It fucking is because of like global warming, because of like natural disasters, things like these are creating higher demands for like especially Brazil. Their coffees that would be cheaper are now basically you're paying top dollar.
Yeah, so your margins for profit close.
They super close. Like they're narrowing.
Yeah.
Very an accelerating pace, I should say.
Yeah, and then the coffee prices that for a cup increase, and
at the same time though, like at the same time you look at the other side of that coin, it's like, okay, so the Brazil is going to cost just as much as the Colombias or the Mexicos, so now everything's on a level playing field. So it's like, okay, well, we were doing the Brazil because it was cheaper, but it's like if I'm going to waste this, if I'm going to spend this much money on a coffee bag that's $3.07 or $3.18 a pound, you're getting a 152 pound bag. It's like, yo, I might as well just go with the better quality coffee.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so you're just knocking out serious quality right now. And that's the thing is it's like with San Diego, it's like, I would say like for a specialty coffee here, it just used to be like you could survive on just coffee. But now because so many people have so much good coffee, and people know how to roast now and do these things, like what else are you offering?
See, that's what it sounds so cliche, but like so for me, it's going to be the environment, the service. Like, you can tell when you go to a company and you get love. Like, you can tell that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, for me, that's huge. And then also, just like getting the community involved and like, I want to do different things. And also with my background in like event planning with like weddings and stuff like that. Like I want to, make it an event space as well. So that's extra income and utilize it, all throughout the hours of the day, not just in the mornings. But, different creative things like that. But I would say, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, like, but just that environment and that service, like that's what would set me apart. And then, I mean, I majored in marketing. I'm not going to say I'm a marketing guru, but like I have a good feel for it. So, just getting that marketing out early, like what you were saying before, get the hype, get it started, touch into all the different connects everywhere and just, make it happen.
Since you're like, I graduated in marketing as well. So like, so one thing for me is like, I legit love marketing books and just like business books and all this stuff. Have you read Growth Hacker Marketing?
No.
It's by Ryan Holiday. It's super, super good book. Basically, he's has like a revised version now that basically includes newer companies like Instagram, Dropbox, Hotmail, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then he goes over like what these companies did to basically grow their business with essentially in like an ever adapting market, right? Like there used to be companies like the old school, right, that were spending millions on advertising and millions on marketing and shit like that. And now with social media, you are seeing marketing budgets getting cut to pretty much zero, like little to none, right? But then you have companies that are able to grow at an alarming rate, and they're able to get 50,000 followers or users or XYZ. But they found ways to hack the system, right? So there's like growth hacker marketing. So it's basically, any startup, right, can repeat these steps that certain companies have done, but maybe they only work once. So as a person who's like a marketing, I would, like you said, not a guru, but like a marketing professional, if you will, have you thought about like ways that you, like we were talking about this before the podcast, like growing your following now? Mm-hmm. Like you're back in San Diego. When are you going to pull the trigger on a space? How long do you have? Do you have a brand image? Do you have a logo? Do you have these things that are going to start to like at least get the social media going or something like that?
Yeah. So my plan was for my best friend and I to open a business together. And our plan was to, the biggest thing is being back in San Diego, like that's when I can do my research and development. That's when I can like really, with my newfound mindset of like knowing the coffee industry, like go into coffee shops and really like dive deeper into what's working for them, what's not working for them, like seek out my competitors. But I would say definitely in the next year, I want to make it happen because, that's just been a thing for me, is putting things off. Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it eventually. Like, yeah. My plan was to work for a coffee shop at the end of January. And then I like hit you up. I'm like, dude, I'm over it. Like, let's go. Like, what's the coffee like in North Park? I want to hit the ground running. Like, I really want to dive in. But I would say,
sorry, have you gone to any of the spaces that I suggested to you?
I am going there tomorrow.
Oh, are you really? Which one?
Okay, so I want to hit Wholesome for sure.
Wholesome for sure, yeah.
Hawthorne for sure.
Another classic. Love those homies.
Those are like the big ones that speak to me.
If you go into Wholesome, ask for Salpy. Salpy's the owner. She's chill. If you go into Hawthorne, it's Jay, and then like Raven, Trevor. I think that's like who you would need to talk to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ready. It's gonna be a big jump.
I'm ready. I'm about it.
I'm about
it. Like, yeah.
I'm about it. No, because I've been in like quote unquote like corporate life for the past 6 years.
Quote unquote. I think it's pretty obvious, girl.
Yeah,
you're tripping.
Yeah,
like quote unquote corporate. Yo, nah.
I try to hope it's not, but 6 years, so it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be life changing. But like, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for it.
So you're ready for a life that's like really hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a hustle all the time.
I mean, I did the partying thing during COVID, got wild, then said...
You got wild? Dude.
I know you wouldn't believe it.
Shut the fuck. Dude, there's a video. I still have it. I never deleted it because it's fucking amazing.
I'm scared.
Dude, I'm not even mad about this. I think this might have been the last time I saw you. It was a Christmas party like had to have been like 4 years ago, maybe.
I'm scared.
Easy. But it was like... You were dressed up. You were wearing like the
elf
onesie,
oh my god!
And I was wearing that like other Christmas hoodie, and you were like, I was talking shit to you, but I was filming you, and I was like, "Fucking trick it, Jackie," and you're like holding this Patron bottle.
Oh my god!
And you were like, "I'm doing it. I'm fucking." You open it up, I like boom, and you just like shoot it, and I was like, "That's fucking weak." And you're like, you go to talk shit to me, but like the tequila hits you, and you're just like, ugh. And then you just stand there and you don't even say anything after that because it was such a harsh shot that you were just like, nah, son, I can't even.
I'm chilling.
I'm about to.
It's all good.
I'm good.
You know what? You're right. After all.
I was like, shit's weak, Jackie. Shit's weak. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I did get wild. Yeah. I've been wild before. I will likely continue to be wild. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Lord. Dude, you combine that wildness with 7 months in Latin America with
What
me
the
and my
fuck were you
me and my
doing?
fucking gringa roommate, 2 gringas just going in Latin America for 7
Every
months.
day.
Dude.
This hype every day in Colombia.
Dude, the stories are endless. Like,
do you even speak Spanish? No.
see.
See?
What do you think?
I don't imagine you being this loud talking shit in Spanish.
No, see, that's the thing. You gotta have respect on there. I wasn't about to like cross my boundary. I'll talk hella shit here all day, but I know my place down there, and it's not talking shit.
Dude, yeah, no, down there you don't fuck around. Son.
No, I'm honestly low-key, I'm surprised I'm still alive. Like with the shit that we did, I'm surprised I'm still alive. Yeah, like that ass. But so
Hold on. Okay, we're gonna pause right here. We are back. All right, dude. Yeah. So, shifting gears from the Colombia and your crazy stories. What I was gonna say is like before that you were talking about the MMA shit. We were just talking about it right now. Dude, yeah. Anytime you want to go, just let me know.
Hell yeah.
I'll bring you out to like
every single time.
Every single time.
Every single time. Like I literally live for that shit.
Dude, I did event coordinating before coffee. That's what I did. Like it was like skateboarding and event coordination. It was definitely on a smaller scale, and I wasn't getting paid for it as well. But I was like organizing big events, and like skateboarding related and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was regardless. It got me to a certain point, and then it was like when this job opened up, I was like, "You guys need a manager, an events coordinator?" Like, yeah. I was like, I got that, no problem.
Dude, events coordination is wild. Like,
dude, it's so
like people have like this like outside perception of what it is, and it's so like it's so much more. It's so, but I love it.
I mean, I love it. I do because it's so dope when the event's actually happening.
Oh yeah.
Everything leading up to it though. Fuck all. It's so
See,
gnarly.
Dude, I love that like coordination, like dealing with different people, that like pressure. Like,
no, I like that shit too.
Right?
But that's what I mean is like that fuck all aspect is like, damn son, like shit just gets thrown out the door. And I like to plan and I like to make shit happen and make it nice. But dude, sometimes the people you're dealing with, it's like herding cats.
Oof.
You're just like, hey, real quick, focus. I just need you to answer this question for me real quick. Boom, and you answer it. Like, all right, I'm good. And then like you end up having to answer another question. You're like, fuck, I have to go back to that person. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
You're just standing there looking like an idiot sometimes, just like, hey. That's hilarious. Hilarious.
No.
Yo, real quick. No. Tom, real quick.
Standing there looking like an idiot. That spoke too true to my heart. I was like, all right. That's what we gonna do tonight?
Dude,
all right.
100%. Every fucking time.
Oh my God.
I don't know. It's super sick because a lot of the homies that fight on these cards will be homies of mine as well. So I get to like be in there fucking like when the fighters are coming out of their corners, like just like fucking stand there like, oh,
hell yeah.
You know, like,
hell
like,
yeah.
I'll organize the rest of events for like in like 5 minutes. Just wait, hold on. My homie's coming out real quick. This can wait.
Yes.
This can wait. What do they need something? They can wait. Just and then 2 minutes. Tristan Quintershine! Like fucking like, shouting out like fuck yeah. Like it's the dopest shit.
Oh my gosh. I live for it. The energy is so wild. Like it's such good energy.
You haven't been in any MMA shows?
Not MMA. Boxing? Yes.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, here in San Diego. Actually, it was MMA too, actually, cuz it was a mixture of everything. But maybe it was all MMA. Oh my God, this is not a good look. Cut it out. Cut that scene out.
It's totally fine because you're not like in MMA, so it's totally fine.
No, yeah. Okay, so it was all MMA. Now that I think of it.
Was it an epic show or where did you go? Was this like Marvin you're talking about?
Marvin was in them, yeah.
Marvin was in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it was Muay Thai.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Muay Thai. If Marvin was fighting in it, it was Muay Thai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muay Thai. So yeah, Muay Thai. Yeah.
Damn,
so no
MMA.
MMA.
Muay Thai fight here? So you probably went to like a WCK or something like that.
Could have been.
Probably.
Could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been around for like 30 years. And it's like, I mean, there's not a lot of Muay Thai promotions in the area locally. So if it was, did you go here in San Diego?
Yeah.
Dude, I bet you it was like a WCK for like fucking
Probably.
Marvin.
But that's the thing is, I'm like, there's not enough of it. So like, I didn't even know where do you even go for these MMA things? Like, is it here, like in San Diego proper, North County? What?
It definitely is all over San Diego. I mean, there's, excuse me, there's like Cage Warriors. There's Epic Fighting, who I like work with. That's the promotion that I work with. They are an amateur only.
Okay.
Fight promotion, and then you have Cage Warriors, which is professional promotion. Here, I'm sorry, I don't know enough about Cage Warriors, but it's like I don't know if it's just in San Diego alone, but it's definitely a big promotion down here. There's fighters from everywhere, but for like Epic too, for Epic, we have fighters coming from Tahiti. We have all over California, some out of state, like in the United States. So.
But I like never would have known I could have gone and seen MMA here in San Diego.
Oh, dude, it's a big deal.
And I'm stoked on that. So I'm just gonna be like, yo, every single one.
Every time. Yeah. No,
every single one.
No worries. It's super dope. I was actually a bunch of my homies were thinking about next time just getting a table, because like
Hell
a table,
yeah.
I think it's like $1,200, but it's like 10 people.
Yeah, you got the whole crew.
Get the whole crew.
Hell
just
yeah,
fucking, like,
good ass time.
Dude, sitting right there, get prime seating.
So is it when they do it, because you say it's amateur, do they have to like wear like all the headgear and like protective gear and stuff?
So amateur MMA, it's like, when you're doing getting a driver's license for a bicycle or a motorcycle, you're on your own.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
Damn. So have you seen some gnar shit? Like,
oh, dude, yeah.
Like what?
There's some good ass fights. So like, shout out to Anthony Da Silva. He actually was the guest on last week during the podcast, but I just went to go film him yesterday up in Riverside.
Uh-huh.
But dude, we were talking about it on his show, and even yesterday when I saw him, the first time I saw him was against this dude Maximilian, and then it was him. And I think Anthony had already had a good size, like a good amount of fights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this other dude's record was, but like, they're not stacked records. Like maybe like 3-1, like either 0-0 or like 4-0, something very, very small records. And I saw him fight, and it was like, dude, life changing. It was super sick. Not like life changing in that like super life changing. I mean it in the sense where it was like, this is coming out of an amateur skill set. Like these guys were going at it, and it was super dope.
Oh.
And it made you appreciate. That's what I mean, life changing. It was
like the heart in it.
Yeah, it made you appreciate the fighter's dedication and the heart, and also the promotion that it's putting on this show to give these gentlemen and young ladies as well, or grown women, just women, because there's grown ladies on there too. Women and guys and men and women. Shit. Everybody. Giving everybody a platform to shine a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's fucking super dope, and like it's super. I don't know. There's not something I can't like describe about it, but when your name gets called and then you get to go out there and like either your homies are cheering you on or you got your homies in the crowd and they're watching it, there's like I can't describe that feeling.
Yeah.
And even to like the extent that I've experienced it is there's a completely different experience. Her, like my homegirl Liav, like she's got in the cage. Her first fight, she was 0-0 as a MMA fighter.
Damn.
But like I think 1 or 2-0 or something like that at this point in Muay Thai. She gets in the MMA cage. Her fight have fallen out. But then the 135-pound champ who had come from Tahiti to fight to get this belt, her opponent fell out. So they were like, yo, Liav, like, do you want to go up and take this fight? So her MMA debut was going up a weight class, fighting for the belt against a woman from Tahiti who didn't even speak English. She spoke French. They couldn't even like really communicate, I guess.
That's crazy.
It's like she went in there. She went the entire distance with this girl. She didn't have she had a couple bruises on her face, but that other girl's face, man, whew,
really?
It was tough. Like she fucked her up pretty good. She chopped her leg. She fucking gave her a fat ass black eye.
Damn.
She still won the fight, the Tahitian girl.
Really?
Mad respect.
Yeah.
All fair.
Yeah.
All love. But Liav did some damage, and it's like, dude, that's what she did at a weight class above her.
Yeah.
And her first fight was for a championship belt against a woman who's like already had multiple MMA fights, who is obviously in there for a belt. Like,
Yeah.
and this Leov took it for the ringer. So it was
Damn.
like, yo, that's what's popping. But that's that MMA.
And
shit
like,
is
mad
tough.
respect to her for doing that too. Like, that's
what it
wild.
is. But she bangs on him. That's why I sponsor her. She's such a G.
Crazy.
She bangs on him like nobody else.
See,
like,
I want to see that.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, get the girl fights in there. Like,
oh my God, they're gnarlier than the dudes most of the time.
They be
like,
banging.
They
bang on them. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, chicks are crazy.
Dude, the girls on Team Perusa, shout out all of Team Perusa. You know, you heard it here first. All the women on there, everybody, just mop the floor with everybody else. Like, yo, no cap. Like, yo, doesn't matter what gym you're from. Doesn't matter, like, where you coming from. Team Perusa, ladies team, women team. Like, yo, mopping the floor with these ladies. You want jiu-jitsu? We got them. You got striking? We got them. You're like, yo.
Damn.
I'm saying right now. Like,
I gotta see these chicks.
Dude, they're tough. They're the toughest chicks that I know.
I love it.
Period.
I love it.
And it's fucking super dope, and all of them are just killing the game. So, best be on the lookout
Dude,
for that.
yeah, I'm about to be there every single time. Now I'm hella sold.
But like, wait. Are you like you box though, right?
Oof, yeah,
Oof.
but it's been a minute. Actually, I did some boxing down in Mexico. That was dope as hell. But yeah, it's been a minute, and that's a conditioned sport. And
you're not conditioned right now?
Homegirls conditioned on tacos and Coronas.
You just been drinking a whole bunch?
I mean, not really, but a little.
Quit playing.
I've been eating a good amount in these countries.
But wait, okay, so you went from Colombia, you finished, but then like I DM'd you a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, or whenever we were setting up the podcast, I was like, are you back? And you're like, yo, I'm coming back and this time, whatever. But you were in Colombia when I was still talking to you.
Yeah. So I was in Mexico for 4 months, Colombia for a month, and then Puerto Rico for a month, which actually they have a really big like coffee scene there
Puerto
too.
Rico.
Yeah. Then I went to Florida and then came back here.
Dude, what?
Yeah, it was a trip.
Who were you with the whole time?
Dude, just me and my homegirl, me and my best friend, Chels, my roommate.
What
2
the
gringas.
fuck?
Dude, everybody was like, you guys are crazy. Like, only you guys could survive that shit. Like, we were like, it was crazy. We were going out in the barrios. Like, we were like.
Dude, you fucking would. Dude, I swear
I
to
know.
God. You're like, I'm about it. I'm about it. Like, that's what it is.
I'm like, como se dice, I'm about it.
Stop playing. Como se dice, how do you say? Como se dice, I'm about it.
Como se dice, I'm about it. Oh my God, I'm dead.
That's absolutely
Oh my God.
Okay, you have to drink one of those. What's
All right.
going on here?
Well, shit.
I'm going to drink this one then.
All right.
I'm taking your Modelo.
All right. You can have it. So, okay, I do have to tell you this wild story though. In Puerto Rico, I went to this coffee shop. Okay, I went to 2 coffee shops mainly. One, it was like the biggest one, like one of the main ones. It was so shitty. I was like, how are you like
Wait, what?
highest rated? You're in like a prime tourist area. You're in Puerto Rico, which unbeknownst to me has a pretty big like following for coffee. Like they were actually one of the biggest exporters for coffee way back when. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I think that's what I read.
I need a fact checker. I need a fact checker sitting
Actually,
right here.
for real, you do need a fact checker on me because I'll be spitting some random shit. So
about
fact
it.
check this whole thing because I'm about it. So they were shitty. So I went to this other place. It was Barista Squared. It's right on the strip. Super, super amazing coffee, great food, all that stuff. And I'm sitting there, I'm working on my computer, and I see this dude. His name was Andrew, great guy. And he's like pouring this coffee. No,
Same
for
as
real.
Andrew.
For real. I love Andrew. No, deadass, he's the homie. So he's pouring this coffee, and I'm like so amazed. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, it looks good, but how does it taste? Taste it. Boom.
Yep.
Tastes
Fire.
so
Fire.
good.
Yep.
And I was like, I gotta say something. Like, I'm like, dude, how long have you been in coffee for? Like, this shit's crazy. He's like 5 months. I was like, no fucking
So
way.
it's the coffee that was doing
Like,
the work.
no, dude, this latte art was unreal.
But what about the shot? What about like you could taste the shots through the milk?
Yeah, no, all of it. It checked every single thing. Okay.
Okay.
So and he's like, before that, I was working at Krispy Kreme. Homeboy works 6 days a week.
In Puerto Rico?
He was working at Krispy Kreme. He was working at Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. Fucking Krispy Kreme.
I died. I was like, are you serious? Like, you're this good. You've been doing this for 4 months. Like, I have hope. You've been on it for 5 months. Latte art in check. Okay. Anyways, so he invites me to this latte art competition. I'm like, all right, bet.
In Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico. Okay, boom.
Sick.
I'm like, hell yeah. Going to this latte art competition. Like, there's people from like all over Puerto Rico, like super dope crowd. I'm stoked. Yep. Boom. I see that they're selling alcohol. I said, uh-oh, that's not good.
What?
I get wild. I said, what?
Jackie, what the fuck?
I said, what? I thought I signed up for a latte art competition. No, I didn't sign up for it. I was just attending. Anyways, boom.
So I'm getting drunk even more.
So I'm getting turned.
I'm getting lit.
Yeah. I said, let's go, Andrew. Okay, Andrew's coming up. Boom. He's killing it. I'm like, all right, bet. So then.
Another drink
on Andrew. Let's go. Okay. So
damn,
then.
Andrew getting your drinks back.
No.
Damn,
Andrew
sugar daddy.
No, Andrew.
Yeah.
No.
Andrew, thank you for the drink.
No, Andrew wasn't getting the drinks. I bought my own drinks. I'm an independent woman. No, so look, I don't need my man. So look.
What?
Okay.
Why are you trying to fit these both items in there?
Okay.
I don't need no man.
So,
dude, stop playing.
So back to it.
Okay, anyways.
All right. So Chelsea, my roommate, she knows when I get on one, she's not about it. She dips. Okay. So just me at the competition by myself. I said, bet, let's go. I'm still going to root people on. Next thing you know, they're looking for people out of the crowd. I was like, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. Andrew comes up to me. He's like, Jackie, to look for people in the crowd, you should do it. It's just like for fun. You get like a little few things if you win. Come on, go up. Like, do it. This is your time. I was like, Andrew, look, I've been drinking a lot. This isn't the time. It's not the opportunity. I said,
no habla español.
I said, look.
Sí, comprende.
I was low-key proud of myself because I'm a main character energy. And so the fact that I was like, look, I'm not going to do that because I'm too drunk.
Character energy.
I was like, this is growth. So bet. Okay. So there 5 more times I called from somebody and said, you know what? If God wanted me to participate in this, he wanted me to do it. I said, bet I'm going up. I said, all right, you guys found another contender.
You're so lucky.
Andrew's like, look, you have the best barista steaming your milk and making your espresso. All you got to do is pour good latte art. I was like, all right, I got this.
You're like, I got mad Rosetta. Tulip.
Dude.
Stop playing.
When I tell you, you could not have poured a worse latte art in your fucking life, I mean it.
I believe it, though.
It spilled all down the side. They had cameras up there. The whole crowd saw it. It was bad. It was very bad.
So you were like amateur hour.
I was like below amateur hour.
You heard that Kendrick Lamar song, Humble. Just fucking.
I got humbled quick, but I wouldn't say me and Kendrick Lamar in that scenario in the same sentence because I done fucked up. It was bad, but Andrew was still my friend the next day. So, you know, when you fuck up one night and then you're like, do I still have friends the next day? Just me? No.
I mean, that might just be you. I mean, like at the same time, I've definitely been there though. You know, Blackout Central, but that's different. A latte art is, I think your friends are going to be okay regardless.
It was bad. Like, it was so bad. It was just like all fucked up on the top and it came down the side. They put it under the camera and it was not good.
I'm sure you were fine.
I mean, I'm
it
fine
happens,
now.
But like, dude, one of my good homies in coffee, his name's Marco Laguna. There you go.
I said, wait.
Dude, I had to like, I wanted to make sure I got his name right. But it was Marco Laguna, and he, hands down, is one of the best latte artists that I've ever seen. Period.
Here in San Diego.
In baristas.
Damn.
Period.
Dude, that shit's hard.
Super good at being a barista. And I don't mean to throw shade at you, Marco, but horrible at competition. Horrible.
Oh, when you're under that pressure.
Under the pressure, he can't do it.
Yeah.
And this is not throwing shade. It's facts.
Yeah.
But I love Marco, and I want him to get past this because if he can get past it, he'll be like a latte art competition gold. This fool will literally, no competition, pour you some fire ass art. Like super detailed, perfect milk. Amazing. But then I've literally watched him in a competition in his hand.
Yeah.
Just like start shaking uncontrollably. And he just fucks up. And dude, just like you said, milk pouring down the side, completely fucked up. And then he'll like look at you and kind of smile and like, oh my God, I fucked up. It's just like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
Like
when you're under that pressure.
It's the pressure, but I think I had to take a step back to understand where he was coming from, because for me, like yourself, I'm very competitive. And especially like I get obsessed with things. I want to fucking know how to do it. And if I don't know how to do it and you know how to do it, I'm going to ask you how you did it. And if you're getting annoyed by me asking you how to do it, can you tell me who told you how to do it? And I'm going to ask them.
Ooh.
Like,
I like that.
Because it could be a book. It could be whatever. But I'm going to find the answer so I can be the best at it and work from there. Start with the best and work from there.
I really like that.
Every time. Doesn't matter what you're doing. You can apply that to any fucking thing you do in your life. You want to talk about marketing like we were talking about earlier. You want to talk about martial arts. You want to talk about fucking skateboarding. Whatever. Who taught you to do what you did? And then like even just skate with or skating. Skate with one homie who's amazing. Skate with the homie who taught him how to skate. Then you get the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
That's with everything you're doing. Whether it's in coffee too. Like the one thing I always tell people in coffee specifically, and especially for you, have a mentor of somebody who's going to be able to like show you the way, because dude, you need help.
Yeah.
You really do. If I can offer any piece of advice, like it really does take a village. You know what I mean? And for somebody who's very independent, like I'm independent, but I have a core group of people that I depend on for mainly support. But if like there's financial stuff in it as well, it's a very small circle. But just basically like all I could say is just like use your network, take your village of people who can help you like get to that point and elevate you, if you will.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude,
that speaks to me for real, because I'm super independent as well. So
super independent, but
it's hard for me to ask for help. But like you said, you have to sometimes. Like you need that.
You need that, but you also need like that mentor aspect of it. Like you need somebody who maybe didn't do it for themselves, but has either gotten to a certain level of success or has done it themselves.
Yeah.
Period. Has a proven track record, who can offer you advice to how to get better and how to accentuate the things that you already know how to do. You don't know the coffee as well right now, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. You have the drive, you have the passion, and you have the ambition. There you go. Yeah. Those are all keys to success.
Yeah.
Are you gonna know your community? Are you gonna know your demographic? Are you gonna find that product market fit? Are you going to do these things that are going to help, like I said, accentuate and make your business profitable? Maybe.
I'm about it.
I'm about it. Like, that's what it is. But,
no, yeah.
That's what it is. So it's like, if you're going to do it in downtown, how are you going to affect that area positively and do it through coffee, your medium? But then are you going to do other things? Are you going to organize events? Are you going to do these things? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just keep going in all directions. I think it's like a super bright future regardless.
It is.
You're trying to stay in San Diego?
Yeah. I mean, San Diego, then maybe Miami, and then Miami. I got those sort of roots.
Damn, dude, you're fucking crazy. I still never been there.
You what?
Never been to Miami.
I guess I could see that. It's a
yeah. What do you mean? What does that even mean? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. I think you're a different vibe from Miami. You're super West Coast. You're West Coast. Like Florida is just like, I don't know. You're wild, but Florida's like a different kind of. I don't know where I'm going.
I'm super West Coast.
You are.
Elaborate. What does that even mean?
You're so West Coast. Like you. I don't know, how do I say this? Is it podcast appropriate?
Dude,
like
say whatever the fuck you want.
You're wild and you're a little bit hood and you like, you know, you got that street, but like it's like that classy West Coast style versus like Florida is just like there's no class about it. Like it's just like all out, like wild, like it's just crazy, dude. Like
yo, that's the first time I've like been called classy, but thank you. I will say
I've never been called that, so you're one step ahead of me.
Dude, I told you I was in the only Florida I knew was Pensacola. I
told you that's South Kentucky.
Dude, that does make more sense because there was I was sitting there and like I was even skinnier than I am now. But like they wanted me to take my shirt off. They were like, yo, go hang out.
Who's they, first of all?
The sunglass sponsor that I had. They were like, yo, take your shirt off, hang out. Put your board up, like, because I was like skinny, but like it was like skinny ripped, if like you will, like a little bit, maybe like a drinking, yeah, like like I'd be drinking alcohol, but like I was in shape because I skated so much. But we're in Pensacola, Florida, and I'm hanging out at this fucking like tent, if you will, because I basically got flown out there to like hang out at this music festival, and then just occasionally cruise by the booth and like hang out, and be like, meet one of our writers. It's like, oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, what year? What year?
This dude.
When was this? I need context.
I was living in OB. I don't know if I had met, dude. If I hadn't met you already, I had met you like shortly after, because I was living in OB. I was skating. Working like odd jobs, but like fully skating full time.
Okay, I got the feel for it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I was out there. And they paid me to do it. Like, dude, got a fucking hotel on the beach.
Damn.
Like, chilling.
Damn, okay.
Like, watching fucking Outcast and shit.
Okay.
Like, buttery.
Who wouldn't?
But so there's this old lady walks by one time. I'm standing out there, like, trying to give out. I don't know what the fuck I was trying to give out. But I'm just standing there. And this lady walks up. She has a cigarette. Laying basically.
This is so Florida right now.
Dude, like, her two teeth on her bottom bottom row were gone. Like, her two front teeth. Gone. Cigarette straight up, like
it's her cigarette holder
sitting on the gums, and it's just in between her teeth. She's like, "Hey, California boy," and I was like, "How you know I'm from California?" She's like, "You don't look like us." I was, and as she's saying this to me, there's a cigarette hanging out of her teeth on her gums.
Oh my god!
And she just, "You don't look like us."
No.
Like taking drags, like yo,
dude. Why do you think I died while I was there for 2 weeks?
Bro, Florida's on a different level.
Florida is on a whole different level.
But you're saying that's deep south where I was, because they say it's the Panhandle, right?
Yeah, it's like deep south in the sense of like it's like just a whole conglomeration of the South. Because like Florida's not the South. It's like its own. It's an island. But
dude, those motherfuckers quit playing with me. You seen those dudes? They're not tight. But, like, they're making their money off of doing those shout-outs. Oh they're like, yo, shout you out here. Like, check me out. You're like, yo, these are the best, yo. Like, they're making all their money. Hey, I'm not hating on them how they're making their money. God. But these guys, island boy, like, these motherfuckers. Yo,
all in Florida.
They're not hood. They're
in Florida.
Bro, if you literally ran up on one of those boys, like they're flexing,
they would hide under each other.
They would literally break. You literally could break those boys because they have no muscle.
Literally,
they're tiny.
I could break one of those boys.
Break them. But then they did the cameo. You seen that cameo shit? They like somebody as a joke like paid them to do a cameo for Dana White.
No.
And so Dana White reposted. He was like,
no.
He's like, Dana White. He's like, yeah, and then like his brother's over here, and they're like talking about like, yeah, you knock him out one time, that UFC, that.
No,
dude, swear,
I gotta watch it,
dude. It's so ridiculous. That's your state.
Yo, I mean, that's where I'm from.
Where are you from in Florida specifically?
I'm from like it's an hour below Tampa. It's a good old Bradenton, Florida. But I mean, that's where I'm from. Like people.
Is that the backwoods?
So it's not. It's like, it's weird. It's like. Got this little island, so there's like beachgoer hippies, and then you got just like some hood areas, and then now we actually have IMG academies, which is a sporting academy. It's actually like world renowned.
Okay.
But so that's like bringing us up. It's bringing money to town. But anyway, so like there's a place called Sarasota, Florida, and it's like more like uppity and ritzy and stuff. And like people will be like, oh yeah, I'm from Sarasota, Florida. And like, it's like, dude, that's who I am. Like, that's where I'm from. I'm from Florida. It's known for being ratchet. Like, call me what you want.
Sarasota? Are you?
I'm from Bradenton.
Okay, that's where you're from.
Yeah,
okay,
Sarasota's like the ritzy part and stuff. But like,
isn't that also where like the Epstein motherfucker lived?
oh, for real?
Out in Florida, right? Like off the like he lived on like a private island. Where's that? Florida, like the Keys or something like that, or like
shit. We're doing
West
real
Palm
bad
Beach.
right now.
Palm Beach. Where's Palm Beach?
West Palm Beach is on the east coast of Florida, so that's where a lot of people are from. That's like Miami area.
Okay. So
Yeah.
That's where that.
Yeah. No. Epstein and I aren't like chilling.
Wait, so what part of Florida? Like, are you north? Are you central? Are you
Okay,
south?
so it's like central west. So I'm like on the Gulf of Mexico side.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. So
Yeah.
you're on that little side right
Yeah. We're like, it's like not
on Pensacola side.
Fuck Pensacola.
But that's the one. Say it. That's the one, right?
Oh my God, deadass! I don't even know where Pensacola is.
Stop
it's like
playing.
it's in the Panhandle. It doesn't count. The Panhandle doesn't count. No one claims the
Wait,
Panhandle.
is Keely from there too?
No. Cousin Keels, she's from Cali.
She is from Cali.
Yeah,
okay, she's
yeah.
from Santa Barbara or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait.
Yeah. I was like, we're so different. I'm like the black sheep here.
Dude, why is Florida so different?
Oh my God. I wish I could say, like, I don't know. It might be something in the water. Like, it really might. Like, Florida is wild. You don't know what's going to come from Florida. Like, yeah. I'm proud of me and who I am.
I'm proud of me. I'd like to thank me.
I would like to thank me. No, because if you look at my mom and my dad, they're hella wild. Like, they're wild. Like, and then I'm like, oh, damn, I'm evolved. Like, I'm
evolved.
I'm like,
what does that even mean?
Like, you know when they say like, oh, you gotta break the chain, like you gotta be better. I'm like how I am now. Like, I'm wild as fuck, and I'm like what people would say not better, but I'm better.
How old are you now, Jackie? Can I ask you that?
28. I'm 28.
28?
28.
Whoa.
Am I still a young buck?
I mean, not really.
Oh
You're
my
like, you're knocking on 30, but
Can I get another like 2 screwballs, please? Thank you.
Dude, just keep going.
I know.
What are you doing there? You sipped on it. I drank your entire beer and you barely sipped on it.
Oh my God, I'm a babysitter because otherwise I get wild. Like I
Your energy's pretty high, not like high octane now.
Right?
One speed for sure.
And then like you get like 4 of these in me, and it's like, what's even the next one?
I'm kind of bummed after the podcast is gonna end because then it's like now I'm just gonna be drunk. And like we're drinking together and it's fun, but it sounds like
I mean, were we not turning up?
I mean, we definitely are turning up. No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Dude. Okay, so.
Oh.
Okay, hypothetical here.
All right.
You were when are you trying to make this move on to the coffee game?
Ideally July, but I think
of next year,
2022. I think I might be jumping the gun a bit, but I think it's all about when I feel the time is right. But ideally, I would like it to be July. I think it's a good time. Summer, boom. Tourism in San Diego's hot. Lots of people. People want to spend money in the summer. Bop, bop.
So you're thinking of opening in July?
Yes, but now that we say that out loud, we might push it. But that would be.
Have you already started construction?
Okay, so my best friend's husband has a prime real estate spot. He owns it in downtown San Diego, and he's always wanted to open a coffee shop there. And he was like, look, like, I'll work with you guys, like all this stuff. And I was like, bet, like that's the first part of it is a dope location. He also has like a lot of other connects with real estate. And like, he's like, oh, you can look at this other location. So that's great. Got that. Potential investors are there. So like, you know, there is that support. Yeah. Things are lining up. And I'm just like, you know what? Like I'm not even going to say if I don't start a business because I will. And this is going to be what it is. Mm-hmm. So if I fail, which I won't, that's on the table.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start a business and I'm not going to fail. And I mean, I'll put my whole heart on the table. But I've got all this other stuff, and I'm just like, all right, I could go into real estate, but like if I don't start my own business, I'm always gonna think, what if I tried that and I succeeded? What if? And I can't live my life what ifing, you know?
Yeah. I mean, fucking A. I love
But
that.
you're over here about to open your coffee truck as well though. So
But
you're
dude,
not what
see,
ifing.
no, but that's the thing. It's like the coffee truck. It's still definitely a possibility, but I mean, I put out a thing the other day, was like, dude, the supply chain thing has become like a serious
Yeah, I
issue.
saw that. You were struggling with that.
But that's fine. Same time, like, it's no secret too. It's like I'm definitely looking for spaces right now, to make a pivot. And if that's gonna be the move, like to get a brick and mortar, like, then that'll be what it is. But it's like, I'm excited regardless.
Yeah.
Because by next year, whether it's May or, June or July, next year, Caffeine and Green will open up like the next version, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it, but it's gonna I think about it all the time. It's like, dude, I have a coffee truck. If I'm doing the coffee truck, I'm gonna be driving around doing this commissary, boom, boom, boom. But then it's also like, oh fuck, like I got to do this for a steel mill and all these other things. It's like, dude, the coffee truck is just gonna become part of the day.
Dude, do you know how much that amps me up? Because when I hit you up and I was like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about like opening brick and mortar, and you were like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do a coffee shop, because guess what, those brick and mortars, it's a lot.
They weigh you down.
And then you saying that right now just gives me so much hope.
Well, that's
like,
the
that
thing,
just
is
makes
like,
me so stoked.
Dude, the thing is though, it's like at the end of the day, I had to look at the numbers. The numbers don't fucking lie. Whether you're looking at growth hacker marketing or you're looking at sales, everything, excuse me, is to drive sales. That's what you're doing. At the end of the day, everything is feeding into sales. That's going to put your customer or your product in front of your customer. You're going to give them, whether you're merchandise, whether you're giving them this or giving them that. That's what you have to do. That's why I do pop-ups, because I'm in front of the customers. But I'm not in front of the customers every day right now. That's why I was doing the coffee truck. You do the coffee truck, boom. I know the laws in San Diego. I've already researched them. I know where I can be, what I can do, how long I can be there for. Done. Cool. We're solid. Okay, there's a supply chain issue. All right, fuck. We're fucked. Well, we can wait till next year. It's going to the same time as a build out would take.
Sheesh.
Fuck it. Like, it's going to say the same amount of money, maybe even the same, like a little bit more. You can do a full build out and just have a location.
Hey.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
All right, fuck it. Like, whatever. Like, let's try to do this, because then I don't think about me when I think about the future of Caffeine and Green. I think about the people who have helped make Caffeine and Green where it is. I think about the person who helped me with marketing. I think about the person who helped me with like my fight team, Leov and David. Like, I think about them, and I think about like Tyler and a couple other people who helped build the brand. And it's like, hey, you guys could literally come to the cafe and you guys can have a cup of coffee finally. And like, we could really do it up. We could do the podcast there. So next time we do the Caffeine and Green podcast, it'll be in the Caffeine and Green cafe, or it could be like,
hell yeah,
you can get your coffee mugs or your fucking tumblers or your shirts or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, it's just for me to get my coffee in front of people, because like the whole point of Caffeine and Green was not to be in front of people. It was supposed to be for like the people who are working in the shadows and kind of shit, working, grinding, like those fighters, the x-ray techs, these people who are just working these jobs, who are like supporting their families, the hustle, right?
Damn.
But like,
yeah, I love that.
That's, like today I just landed another a place off Morena. They're going to be serving my coffee now.
Hell yeah.
Espresso, cafe, like, so that like it's a wholesale account, you know what I'm saying? So
hell
it's like,
yeah.
as long as I can roast coffee for people and make them happy through the coffee that I'm roasting, I don't give a fuck. Like, that's my main goal, because everything else is feeding everything else. Fighting is feeding this and is feeding this, and then like homies doing this and this. So it's like,
yeah, and at the end of the day, it's about the hustle. Like what you said, like it's about the hustle.
Dude,
and
life is a game.
Life is a game, and it's about the hustle, and you have that in you. And then and
Dude,
when you have
game.
when you have that shit and you can't fail.
But you can though.
Nah.
No, that it is. That's the thing is like.
But is it really failing?
Yeah, it is failing, but you're learning from that failure, and so it's
Alright,
not.
alright.
I mean, like I can frame it in both senses. Is it failing? Yes, it's failing, completely. But is it bad that you failed? No.
Okay.
It's good that you failed. You learned what didn't work. You learn what didn't work, and you know for the next time not to do that. So what are you going to do? You're going to adapt. You're going to evolve. You're going to advance. Period. And by no means is like, do I think I have all the answers? Because I'm still learning. Like every single day, I'm listening to books. Because I have zero time to sit down and read. But I will listen to audiobooks and all the other time. Like no matter what, I will listen to a book. But like a book that would be like 300 pages can be read in 2.5 hours by speaking it, right?
Damn.
You listen to that shit on repeat like 6 or 7 times. I've listened to the same book 6 or 7 times already, and I bought it a couple times, like a couple days ago.
What one is this?
This is Growth Hacker Marketing.
Oh, that one, the one. All right.
That's one, and then like I have some other books that I've been listening to, but it's like, I don't know. You have to just. This is the 21st century, like right? Like this is like, there is no more. You're gonna have one job that's gonna do this for the rest of the time.
Dude, and that's what's crazy. Literally, my marketing teacher in college said that. She's like, your guys' generation isn't that you work one job and you just keep that job forever. That's what they used to do. Like, no, we're not doing that shit. Mm-mm.
But that's what I mean about balance. Like early in the conversation, we were talking about like everything feeding the other one. Like, dude, I literally believe that shit. Like, I'm busy all the fucking time. I am. If you know me and you're in like my inner closest circle, you know how busy I am. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck. Like if you were like, hey, can you be here for this? I'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. No matter what. Like I'm there. But at the same time, I'm grinding all the time. I'm working all the time. I'm doing these things because everything feeds the other. Everything feeds the other. Where it's like, oh, you need to do this editing project for this company that hired you to edit their footage. I didn't even film it. They just sent it to me. I sit there, hours, just boom, 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 edit it, like put music to it, boom, boom, boom.
That's
this is dope.
so inspirational, like for real.
But that's one aspect. That's the editing and filming, and then there's Epic. So I'll do the event coordination for Epic, and then I'll also do like social media for Epic to bring in their fighters and show their fighters who these amazing people are. Like, to give them this platform, to give everybody a platform. So then it's like editing. Then there's social media. And then there's event coordination. And then you have steel mill. So it's like, oh, you're going to do a bar shift here. And you're going to do this.
Damn.
But then you do Caffeine and Green where you're doing like all the ad making. And you're doing all this and creative. So it's like at no point are you bored. At no point are you ever like, what am I not doing? And if those times are not filled, I'm at the gym.
Damn. See, maybe I just need to get out of the corporate hustle because, like, dude, when Corona hit in April, they cut my salary by 50%.
Whoa.
Dude, so I was making bank, and then I went to not making shit. And I always told myself the only reason I would stay here is because I'm making bank. Yeah. And then now here we are a year and a half later, and I'm still not making bank, and I'm still fucking there. So it's like.
But you're going to your own business, and I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be making bank at first.
So that's good. That's good that I haven't been making bank.
I'm just saying.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
So, I mean, but that's so inspirational because low-key lately I've been thinking, I'm like, dude, I just want to surround myself with people that are fucking doing it. Like, people that are just going for it because that makes all the difference. Like,
dude, you have to. So,
like, is there someone in your life that's, like, super inspirational that's just getting it with you?
Liav.
Yeah.
100%. Every time. Like, dude, since I met her, she has been my inspiration. I told her this. I was like, dude, when I met you, my life was going like this, and then it like fully right angled. Like, she was
just getting it.
Dude, she fucking. When I met her, she was like a normal coffee chick, and then she asked me one day, she's like, yo, you want to go work out at the UFC at Mission Valley? Dude, from that day, like, I went and checked out the gym. Like, I was like Instagram, like FaceTiming her or whatever, like, or like DMing her, I should say. I was just like, yo, this is a gym. It looks pretty chill. whatever. And then we just became workout homies. And like we fucking would go to jujitsu. Met my striking coach through her. And then, dude, she went from like this kind of like, she was never out of shape. She was just like not in shape, I guess, if that makes sense. And then she became super dedicated. Then COVID happened. And then we were in the backyard for like a year or so. And then all the gyms opened and like our gym closed down. Moved over to Point Loma from Fashion Valley. And she's become a murderer. She's like has multiple fights now in Muay Thai. And then one MMA fight. And I sponsor her like for Caffeine and Green. But that'll also like, dude, without hesitation, 100%. Like, if I hadn't have met her, I wouldn't have been able to push myself to get myself to like my first Muay Thai fight.
Yeah.
Like to do any of the things that I think I've done, like to be 100% honest. And if it wasn't for her, I would say the other person would be Ray Ray, like my G Ray Ray, who you met him. He is my roommate here. But like, dude,
That's
Ray
so
Ray,
dope.
like he fucking, when I met him, he was on top of the world, fucking doing his business, running San Diego, and then fell from grace pretty fast, and he was in prison for a little bit, and then he came back, and in only a way Ray Ray could, he fucking basically went from like excuse me, a felon, if you will, to a fucking dude who's making like six figures, all legit money now.
Love it.
So it's like, dude, these two people that I have in my life, like,
Yeah.
constant, everyday inspiration. So yeah, I think to your point, I think like to answer your question, yeah, I have two people every day. Like, of course, like my homies from like the past, like Danny Honda, like my homies like that I grew up with, always a constant inspiration. But the people that you surround yourself with,
Yeah.
like Liav's not even here right now. Liav's in Missouri, somewhere in Missouri. I forgot the name of the place she's at. But she's at like the police academy right now.
Oh,
she's a federal cop now. So she became like a whole cop.
A whole cop.
A whole cop.
Not a half cop, a whole cop.
A whole cop. And she's at the police academy, the federal police academy right now. Just
So
like
wait. So you two inspirations is a whole cop and a felon.
Yeah.
Let's just run it back real quick.
Damn, I didn't even think about that. I'm somewhere in the middle.
No, that's dope. That's dope.
Dude, for real though, that's like, yeah, I guess a whole ass cop and a felon are my inspirations. That's no cap. Like, yo, yeah, and I've told both of them. Like, I've told both of them on multiple occasions, like, I don't think there's anybody else that I could ever be truly inspired by. I mean, Ray Ray, he's defied the odds, man. And like, to see what's so sick about Ray Ray is that his family depends on him. He's the pinnacle or the his shining star of his family.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not to throw shade on any of his siblings or anything. His siblings are amazing.
Yeah.
But he is the North Star. He is the North Star of that family. And like, it's fucking dope to see like one of my best friends and one of my like closest confidants, like just like, you know, doing well for himself, taking care of his family, taking care of himself.
Yeah.
Always giving, just being like a super, super positive influence on his community and his immediate family. And it's just, that inspires me.
Yeah.
And then you got Liav, who, dude, she's like this young ass chick who from jump, when I met her, she's like, I want to be like a law enforcement agent. Like, hella young, like at like 21 or some shit, wanted to be a law enforcement agent, or 22, whatever. And then she was like trying to get into Coast Guard. She was trying to get into like the Navy. She was trying to get into all these different avenues of military service. Finally gets a civilian position as a federal police officer.
Damn.
In Point Loma.
Wow.
And so like she gets that position, but like, dude, we had been training. She tried to be like a Chula Vista cop. doing all these things, just getting failure after failure after failure.
Damn.
And like, I don't mean that in a bad way, like denied.
Yeah,
Just
denied. No,
yeah.
I know.
And then like,
just keep persevering forward.
yeah, persevering and like moving forward. And then she ends up getting this job and she's like fully doing it now.
Wow.
And then she like, again, persevering and just going through, and they're like, yo, police academy gets keep pushed off. She's like, yo, I might have to go to Missouri at one point for like 3 months. We're like, what, for 3 months? Like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now she's there.
Wow.
Dude, so she's doing her thing, and like,
that's so dope.
with boss shit. So it's
boss as hell.
Boom that, and then I got my other homie here, and it's like,
yeah,
you know,
dude, I would say that's like one of the biggest things, like on the road in Latin America. Like, dude, the homies in Mexico were working 6 days a week as a standard, and not complaining and not making shit either.
Yeah.
And not complaining and just like stoked on the job that they had. And that one day, believe me, they were going after it and they were partying and they were getting after it and having a good ass time. But like, just to see that like as a standard of life, I was so inspired by that. Like,
sick.
You work 6 days a week, you bust your ass, like you don't make that much, but you make enough. And then that one day, like you balance everything on that one day. Like you got family, you got friends, you got like you're all come in, and then you're having a good time with them. And like, that's just so inspiring.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like that Sunday morning you wake up. Dude, Sunday morning is my one day off. Like kind of day off, I should say. But like on Sundays, like you wake up and like you got your homies there or you got your family there. You get like that extra long hug or like, I don't know, just some dope shit. And just like, it's Sunday. It's like the one day I don't have to do shit today. Like, all right, dope. You know, kind of vibes, whatever.
Yeah, no, for real. But I feel like it's such a different standard, like here in America versus there, you know, like.
I mean, maybe, but like if you find your tribe, you know, your people,
true,
like,
yeah.
It's always just a part of it. Cause like we were talking about my roommate earlier, like, it's so clean in here. Mm-hmm. Dude,
it's hella clean.
It's a lot of him. It's a lot of him, and I will give Ray all that love. But it's because, like, he's one of my people. Like, he's one of my people, and it's like I never want to be upset with him. I don't want to, like, make him upset, so I try hard for my people. I feel like as long as you can have that wherever you're at, it doesn't matter what country you're in, because then you found your people. Like, you found the people that like are your ride or dies. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
they're
hell
the people
yeah, that tribe.
Like, that
dude, that's
tribe,
hard.
you know?
It's
like,
hard to find. It is.
But
it
see,
really
people.
is.
I feel like people mistake the tribe for like, you need to have like 10 people in that tribe. Or this,
nah,
your
I
tribe
have
could be
one
like 2
homie,
people.
bro.
Yeah,
I have
like
one. I have one ride or die. Like, I have so much love for so many people, but I have run one ride or die, and that's homegirl that went all of Latin America with me.
Damn.
And but still, like, it's I don't know, like. You do have that one person, but you also gotta have more than that one person. You can't rely on one person for everybody.
You definitely have to have more than one person, because they like every person fits a different need.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unless it's like you're like your person. Then if it's like your person, then it's like they kind of have to have.
They gotta be.
They gotta be
a unicorn.
A unicorn. I don't know about no unicorn, but like versatile.
I mean, we'll take a horse.
Fucking donkey, like.
I'll take a bird.
Yo, okay, all right.
Oh
but like,
my God.
All right, Jackie. Well, dude, we've done 1:35.
All right.
Dude, okay. Well, like, I mean, we got a good portion of what we're gonna talk about, but is there anything else you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Follow your dreams.
That's what's popping.
That's what I'm doing. Let's go.
Yes.
Come with me.
Do you have a working name that you want to call the cafe? Can you say it?
Okay. I don't, because I have quite a few.
Okay.
Under wraps, which we can talk about.
Okay.
I'd love to
After
get your
the podcast.
Yeah. But the second I have it, everybody's gonna know. It's gonna be out there like wildfire.
All right. Well, as soon as you get that ready, and you need promoting or whatever, just holler at me. You know. And like this, I tell everybody on the podcast, like, this will not be the last time you're on the podcast. So
love that.
Fuck yeah. Where can the people find you?
Oh, Instagram at Jackie with an IE _
Medvetz.
Medvetz. That's a.
It's very phonetical. It's VETZ, right?
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. Hey.
That's what's popping. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jackie, and I appreciate you coming through.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Peace.
We out.
Yes, thank you so much, Jackie. That was an amazing conversation, and I have to say it was really good catching up with your girl. And guys, I just want to say thank you to everyone around the world who continues to support Caffeine and Green every single week, whether you're listening to the podcast, buying the coffee, spreading the word. Caffeine and Green is what it is. So guys, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And guys, if you need, head on over to caffeineandgreenroasting.com today for all of your coffee needs. That Issa Blend, that Notorious, and that Morning Sesh. And guys, that's it. Next week, I will be having some 2 podcasts, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, guys, take care of each other. Please be nice. Do whatever you can. And just be easy. Peace!